Welcome to CSA 2008 All-Can Forum. My name is Tommy now. I'm the Chief Electoral Officer of the CSA. So today we have got 5 different debates from each of the executive candidates. And first is the Local Affairs Commissioner. So the format of the debate is going to be 2 minutes of open statement, 1 minute for each of question and Q&A, and 1 minute for closing statement. So Caitlin will be first one to start the opening statement. So are you ready, Caitlin?
Yes, thank you.
So 2 minutes. First one is 2 minutes about your intro and your platform. Okay.
Thank you. Hi everyone, my name is Caitlin Lyon and I'm one of the candidates for Local Affairs Commissioner. I'm currently a CSA staff and I have been for the last 3 years with Meal Exchange. Meal Exchange is supervised by the Local Affairs Commissioner, so I have a really clear understanding about this position because I've seen 3 candidates do it. I think a big issue between community and campus is a lack of communication, and that's something that I really want to work on for next year. As Commissioner, I will be attending City Council meetings, and I'd like to write a bi-weekly article in the Ontarian so students know what are the issues that you guys should be included on. What are the events that you guys should be attending? As well, transit, we all know, has been a huge issue this year, and I really want to take steps forward to clarify that for students. I want to create a web forum on csaonline.ca so that students can dialogue with me and post, this is the issue I'm having, this is the bus that is driving me crazy. And I can dialogue back and say, I have been speaking to Randall French, who is the manager of Guelph Transit, and say, this is the milestone I've made. This is what I have done for students. I never want to speak for students. I want to speak on behalf of them. And we need to open up these lines of communication so that's more possible. As well, next bus is a huge issue in our community right now. I would like to put electronic updaters at every bus stop in the community so that students clearly know when buses are coming. Right now, the system is not accessible to everyone. Not everyone has cell phones, and myself included. With tenancy issues, I'd like to collaborate with the local resource room and off-campus living so that students can have more resources available, more forums so they can understand landlord issues. That's my platform. Thank you very much, and my name is Caitlin Lyon.
Arden, it's the turn to say your opening statement.
Thanks. Hi everyone, my name is Arden and I'm also running for Local Affairs Commissioner. I am an anthropology, sociology major and a women's studies minor. I've been working for the CSA for a year, but I've also been involved with on-campus volunteering since my first year at university, and I've seen a lot of what students can do when they come together on issues. And I've experienced when students aren't heard. So that's basically why I decided to run. I've been sitting at every CSA board meeting since May because I've been scribing them. And in my mind, I've been coming up with a platform that I'd like to see implemented for local affairs. My top priority with local affairs would definitely be transit. Much like Caitlin said, it's been a huge issue for students this year since they changed to a 40-minute bus system and when they implemented Next Bus. Students pretty much saved transit a couple of years ago with the universal bus pass because they increased ridership so much, and therefore the system was subsidized more by the government. So I think since students have had such a big impact on transit needs to be listening to students a lot more. And I'd like to open up new avenues for students to do that, like online forums, workshops, like to organize students around petitioning transit for better service. It is moving to a 20-minute bus service, which I think is great, but since students will be paying for that in an increased fee, students' voices really need to be listened to. When I moved off campus in second year, I was pretty nervous signing a lease, and I know a lot of students feel that way. So I'd like to create a student tenant support group with possibly with off-campus housing and the legal resource room, so that students know their rights as tenants and feel that there is support. So thanks very much for listening.
Sorry to let you know earlier that there's a 2 card, yellow card and red card. Yellow card, it means that you have 3 seconds left. Red card means you have 10 seconds left. So first question, it will be Arden first to answer. Why did you decide to run for exec? Is it because of the cash or cause glamorous like of committee meeting and staff evaluation?
I definitely would say the glamour for sure. Walked out of a lot of meetings this year feeling particularly glamorous, kind of glitzy. I decided to run, like I said. I've been sitting at board meetings and I've been seeing decisions that students have made, and I've also been making up my own platform in my head and thinking what students would like to see as well. There have been some really great initiatives from the CSA, and I'd like to push that further. But I also think the CSA needs to support students a lot more on transit issues, like I said, tenancy issues. I've met a lot of really great people in the CSA, and I know it's a fantastic organization, and it really needs to increase its support. And I think it has the capability to do that. And I'd like to be there for that.
Caitlin?
I ran for exec primarily because I know that I can do a good job in this position. I have been a CSA staff for the last 3 years, and I've worked very closely with CSA executives in the past. I sat on the CSA board in the summer, so as glamorous as long meetings are, and I do enjoy them, that is not the primary reason. Being an undergrad student, I'm also a part of CSA, which is the College of Social and Applied Human Sciences. As an executive, I am president of the SOAN Society as well, so I have a lot of contact with students, and I really think that I can connect with students, speak on behalf for them on these key issues, because we really are in them together, and that's why I would like to run for executive.
Thank you. Next question. So the Guelph transit used to make sense, and now it doesn't. And what are your thoughts on your next bus and other related transit disaster? Caitlin first to answer.
Thank you. Yes, this question is straight to the point. Bus system doesn't make sense, and that's absolutely ridiculous. It's ridiculous for the community, it's ridiculous for campus, and that's something that needs clarification. I would like to install electronic updaters at every bus stop in the community, so there is no question when buses are coming. Students should not be late for midterms, they should not be late for classes, and they should be the first to know when things are going to change. A 20-minute system is being introduced, and having speaking to classes during this week, many students are not aware of this issue. We need more clarification and more advertising. I think that Next Bus and the Sunday night bus service are both great initiatives, but they need more care and more attention from Guelph Transit, and that's what I want to do. I want to advocate on behalf of students to make sure that transit is putting this in a primary place in their priorities.
Arden?
Yeah, transit isn't making sense for a lot of students. And I am glad it's moving to a 20-minute bus service, though it is increasing our bus fee from $59 now. It's increasing by $5.36, which I think is a pretty big jump. And I think students should know about that, and I think students should have their ideas implemented because of that. With transit, I'd like students to have a lot more space to voice their issues. I'd like an online blog so I can show Randall French what's going on. I'd also like women's safety while using transit more addressed. Since transit hasn't been on schedule and hasn't been working well, I know personally myself, I felt pretty unsafe having to walk home because I missed the bus. And I'd really like that to be addressed a lot more next year by transit.